Hear that? So Miami beats Ohio State. I was one of the ones who said Miami would beat Ohio State. It came down to trenches, physicality, and speed, everything Miami had. Am I shocked? No. Was it a very impressive win? Hell yeah. Bottom line, what can Alabama take away from this game, from this performance by Miami? I feel like they can do Indiana the same way, but even worse. Period. Bottom line, no cap. You hear me, dog? Straight up. I feel like they can do Indiana even worse, and I stand on that 10 toes down. They just got to bring the A game. They got to start fast. We saw Miami almost give it away, Ohio State fought back, but Miami put it on their ass early and often, bruh. Period. Trench play. Miami very dominant in the trenches. Big dudes who can move. They got speed on the outside at the skill positions. I've been saying it all week. I picked Miami, man. Picked them in this game. You hear me? Miami came out there, was more physical than Ohio State. Some people say, oh, it was some rust on Ohio State. The whole month off hurt them. Kill that noise cap. If you're ready to play, you're ready to play. And let's just say rust was an issue or did play a factor. So what? They turned it on late, but they couldn't finish. That's why it's very important, imperative for Alabama to start fast and finish strong. I repeat, to start fast and finish strong. No ifs, ands, buts about it, bruh. Period. That was the difference in the game. If Ohio State has a better start, maybe they win the game. But shout out, kudos to Miami, dog, for real. Can Miami beat Georgia or Ole Miss? I say yeah. Will it be a tough task? Hell yeah, but Miami came out there and did they dang thing. Can't deny it, bro. From the run game to their defense, they was all over Ohio State's quarterback, forced a turnover, pick six, a huge pick six, gave them the momentum early and often. You cannot let a team get ahead of you. You cannot afford to start slow, especially in a college football playoff, period. Miami came out there and fought hard, bro. No cap. Ohio State came hard the second half. You cannot deny that either. But they got out coached, out man, out physical. Bottom line, bro. You hear me? That was the name of the game. But Alabama, come on, man. You ask me, they are better in the trenches than Miami. They are faster in the trenches than Miami. They can out physical and outmaneuver Indiana in the trenches. Now, Indiana, not taking nothing away from them. They're solid. They're a solid team, right? They're undefeated for a reason. But Ohio State got exposed tonight. How good are the top teams in the Big Ten, really? What did Miami expose in Ohio State tonight? So yeah, the Indiana win over Ohio State. What did it really mean? If you look at it for full spectrum, what does it really mean? Was Ohio State really that good for real? We could be looking at an Alabama versus Miami once again. I will give the edge to Alabama. I think Alabama can beat any team in the nation, any team in the land if they bring their A game, bro. Period. Keys to the game. We know the keys to the damn game. Start fast. Once again, I repeat, start fast, man. Get on their ass. Yeah. Alabama has all the weapons to defeat Indiana and any other team in the nation. Heavy. They got to be zoned in, locked in, play disciplined football from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, right? Yeah. From the first snap to the last snap, bro. It's imperative they come out firing on all cylinders, bro. No excuses. Kalen DeBoer has to have his team ready, but it's going to start with the trenches, both sides of the ball. Boom. Like I said, we have to get some run game. It doesn't have to be a 100-yard plus game. That will be a positive, right? That will be very beneficial, but just give us 60, 70, 80. That will afford Bama a win. And also you get the pass game going. It's going to come down to coaching like we saw versus Miami versus Ohio State tonight. Halftime adjustments, fourth quarter adjustments, bro. Especially that game-winning scoring drive when Miami put the game away. That was a physical drive, a momentum-taking, a just spirit-breaking drive, bro. Period. They banged in the trenches, especially late down the stretch. They got the yards. Their quarterback stepped up. Beck had some big runs down the stretch. Right. Ty Simpson gonna have to make some major plays. Receivers gonna have to step up, make some major plays in different ways. Defense force some turnovers, bro. You hear me? But just the way Miami started fast on Ohio State, I feel like Alabama can do the same thing to Indiana. I don't think Indiana can really run with Alabama and the speed it brings, the speed we have, the explosive players we have on the outside and the inside, bro. Period. No cap. Right. I don't think they've ever seen a team like Alabama this season. You know? You got to really question the big teams in the Big Ten, the top teams in the Big Ten. How good are they really? But we gonna see, bro. We gonna see. You know, Bama has to stand on that business. Bama has to stand on that Alabama business. You know, protect the ball. Don't turn the ball over. You hear me? Yeah. Period, bro. But they can do the same thing or even worse to Indiana. Miami just pretty much gave you a blueprint, man. A blueprint. They came in, zoned in, locked in, and prepared. Ohio State wouldn't go away easy, but it was too little, too late, not enough. Starts with belief, confidence, bro, etc. Then it starts with execution, being ready, being mentally prepared. I ain't gonna sit here and say, oh, Ohio State beat themselves or they started slow, that's why they lost. No, Miami bring it to them, bro. They bring it to them boys. They kick their ass up and down the field for the majority of the game. They were in control of the game whole time. You know? But Bama has to play Bama football. We have to stop Indiana's run. You know, secondary has to step up. Linebackers have to fly to the ball. We need big games. I repeat, we need big games from Tim Keenan, LT Overton, Smith, Pierre, everybody, man. No cap. We got to fly to the ball, swarm to the ball. I think our front is better than Miami's front on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, it's debatable. But we can do enough and get enough yards in the run game. The offense has showed that, especially late in the game when it comes down to the wire. You know, we can gain the yards that are needed at the time. We got to step up, bro. They got to be locked in. I repeat, locked in. You know, get up on this team early, press them early, baby. Get in their face, get in their chest, and stay in their chest. And if Bama gets a huge lead, they can't be like Miami and almost blow it, bro. Put them away. Keep your foot on their neck. Keep your foot on the gas. Period. Bottom line. No cap, bro. Straight up. Everything is on the line, bro. Stakes are the highest. You hear me? There should be no excuses. Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb, Kane Walmack, the whole coaching staff. Make sure you are prepared and make sure your players are prepared for battle, for war. You know, because that's what it's going to be. But if Bama is dialed in from top to bottom, it's no doubt in my mind that they beat Indiana by 2 touchdowns plus, bruh, period. And I stand on that 10 toes down, no cap. You hear me? Fire them comments up, man. Let me know how you feel about the video. You know what it is, dog. Big school here. Roll Tide full of pride. Win, lose, or draw. We come to win, man. Heavy. Here we come. Roll Tide.